Good morning and welcome back. Let's stop whatever we're doing and take a few minutes to reset our body and our breath, refresh our mind. We'll find our basic standing posture, start to relax our hips and low back, open the arms, the elbows, the fingers, let the whole upper limb hang, shoulders falling away from the head. Keep a slight bend in the knees, stay balanced on the feet. Now, after activities of the day, our shoulders are often tensed up. We're going to do a few slow breaths, inhaling the shoulders forward and up, exhaling them back and down. So we'll just start to draw these slow circles in a full range of motion while you're breathing. No holding the breath. We're working towards a 4 or 5 second inhale and exhale, so about a 10-second breath. We're just going to break up all the tension in the shoulder blades, the upper back, the chest, and the front of the shoulder. So now we will do our lung exercise, our open and close exercise. Inhaling, the arms open. Exhaling, the palms down, arms in front of us. So follow your breath. Slow inhale, slow exhale. Trying to open the collarbones, spread the chest when you open the arms. When you close the arms, spreading the shoulder blades. So here, widening the shoulders and the chest. Here, spreading apart the shoulder blades. Now we're going to do our gathering, spreading exercise. So here we circle the palms overhead. We gather the hands behind us, scoop the arms forward, spread the wings all the way to cross the hands over our head. Gather behind us and bend at the hips, scoop the arms forward. Our teacupping variation. So the palms try to stay face up the whole time, as if we had a small teacup in our hand or object in our hand we didn't want to drop. We inhale up and opening. We exhale as we fold and gather the hands behind us. So this is great at finding any little tight area in the whole upper back. Now we'll include the neck a little bit, which is always tense. We're going to first, from the standing position, feet together, look with our eyes to one direction. Our head follows and our arms open, the thumbs opening out, palms opening out. As we look behind us, exhaling back to the center. Inhaling, looking to the other side, thinking that we're trying to look at the opposite heel, even though we won't get there. Exhaling back to the center. So the whole body gets this sort of opening, twisting feeling, unraveling the upper back and neck, and then exhaling back to the middle. Also important here, we're turning the lower back, the ribs, the shoulders, and the neck at once. All right, let's keep those feet together. Palms up above us, interlace the fingers, reach tall and side bend to one side. So we'll inhale to the top, exhale, keep reaching tall, but bend over as far as you can that way. Inhaling up, exhaling over, taking your time with it. Inhaling up, exhaling over, never holding the breath. It won't help you do the movement. Inhaling up, exhaling over. When you feel that urge to grunt or tighten the breath, just relax whatever it is that's feeling tight. This is kind of the core of a lot of these exercises, to retrain our subconscious reaction to stress, to not turn it into strain, but to turn it into more ease. Here we are. It's hard to see in this lighting, but we're circling the elbows in front of us. We've done this before. The wrists are kind of glued together, and we're lifting, scooping the hands up in front of us, and then turning the hands down to spill out. We scoop up water when we go up, and we spill the water out when we go down. So we're circling the elbows with the wrists kind of magnetized to each other in front of us. We'll go a few times one direction, then a few times the other. Just think, keep the wrists together, and we'll circle the hands up and through the midline. Up and then down. All right, let's widen our feet. Our upper body is addressed, and let's move to the lower body a bit. We'll do our hula hips, hands on the back, taking the hips all the way around the equator. Noticing the smoothness and roundness of the circle we're drawing. Maybe it's a little flattened here or there. So we'll slow it down and give it some attention wherever it's not round. We'll switch directions. Easy breathing here. You can sync up the breathing with moving forward and backwards, or you can just keep a steady breath. And now we'll do our knee circles, our hip circles. So the knee is tracing this large circle that's all the way in front of us, past the midline, out to the side. Grab a support for your arms if you need. A couple times each way is all we need. We're just scrubbing out that hip socket, refreshing it after being usually just in the sitting or standing position all day long. It needs this lateral side movement and circular movement to refresh those ligaments. And then we do our small hip circles. So hands on the hips. This is our sort of pelvic rotation. The pelvis rotates to one side, to the back, other side, and the front. Sort of like maybe a salsa move or some kind of dance move. Rotating the pelvis each direction. And then we're going to go ahead and build on that hip circle. Let's pick the knee up. So the knee is lifted to hip height, and the same side arm pushes down on it. So there's a clamp between those two. The opposite arm lifts up. Here you can see a little better in profile. We're pushing the arm and the knee against each other, which engages the center, the core muscles, and the other arm reaches up. And from here, we are just going to flatten our body. Try to fold forward on that standing leg, swapping the arm that's above us, sending the other arm behind us. Trying to make our body as flat as possible, reaching the heel behind us. And then we'll switch sides. So we'll lift the other knee, the other arm, pressing down into it. We'll really try to make those muscles work on the leg and the arm. And the opposite hand reaches up, up, up. Trying to open the armpit, open the shoulder. We want a little bit of extension in the upper back, so the upper back is opening, but the lower back is not overarched, especially here as we fold flat. So we swap which arm is above us. We reach the heel behind us and the opposite arm behind us. Think here of opening the chest, but not overarching the low back. Good, that's a lot of effort. You can use a support if you need. But practice strengthening that standing leg. Let's do the hip circles one last time. Should feel a good bit different now. We've woken up many of the muscles around the buttocks and hips. Let's do our last leg and low body exercise. Into our lunge here, deepening the bend of the front knee, spreading the arms wide. So reaching the arms straight out to the side. And then we're turning our torso over that front leg. So remember here, press into the ground. Think about the legs being very active, pushing the ground away, and the hands are pushing away from the midline, away from the chest. And we'll switch sides. We're just spending a few breaths on each side, but really try to engage the glutes, the butt muscles, and push the legs down into the ground. Spreading the arms and then turning the body. Don't overarch the low back here. Tuck the tail a bit if you need. Spreading the arms apart, pushing the ground away. Excellent. In a few short minutes, we've woken up the whole body. Let's take our legs wide now. Wake up the hips, the side stretch for the hips. Dropping the torso down towards the bended knee. Bending each knee in turn. The feet are pointed out 45 degrees. Exhale when you go down. Inhale to come up. A little faster breath here, just matching the motion. And now your whole body should feel pretty refreshed in just a few minutes. And some good rehab for the shoulders and low back and hip joints in here. Let's stand in our basic posture for a moment. Actually, before we do that, let's shake the body a couple times. So we'll stand in our basic standing posture and we'll just drop the body. You can drop the heels or just bend the knees to let the whole body shake. This is great for the circulation, for the lymphatic circulation, for the immune system. A few times. You're a pro. Yeah. Do our basic standing posture. One more breath in and out. Thank you for joining us today. Have a great day. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Oh gosh.